In this video, I'm going to show you how to install Linux Mint on your computer in just 10 minutes. This simple guide will help you quickly install and set up your Mint with Cinnamon desktop on any PC or laptop. For demonstration purposes, I will be installing Linux Mint on my laptop running latest Windows 11 operating system. I have allocated a dedicated empty drive for this purpose, where I will be installing Linux Mint. This will result in a dual boot configuration with both operating systems running from separate drives. However, if you prefer to install Linux Mint alongside Windows 11 on the same drive, I have included a link to the video in the description down below. Now with that said, it's time to get started with the Linux Mint installation process. Now first, head over to the Mint website and click on the download button. Mint offers 3 desktop flavors: Cinnamon, XFCE, and Mate. If you are new to Linux, I recommend choosing Cinnamon, which offers the best desktop experience. Then choose the nearest mirror to your location and download the latest ISO file. Then download Rufus to burn the ISO to the USB drive. You can also use Belina Etcher or Ventoy drive. Once it's done downloading all the files, place them somewhere on your computer for easier navigation. Then right-click on Rufus and run as administrator. Then connect your USB stick to your computer. Select the USB drive and import the Mint ISO image. I'm going to choose the partition scheme as GPT, as this laptop uses UEFI BIOS mode with the GPT partition scheme. You can verify the boot mode by opening the Run dialog and typing msinfo32. As you can see, the BIOS mode is set to UEFI. If your system uses legacy BIOS, you can select MBR. Then follow the prompts and accept to start creating a bootable USB with Linux Mint. This will take some time depending on the writing speed of your USB drive. Once everything is done, restart your computer and enter the BIOS mode using your keyboard shortcut. Mostly it could be F2, F9 or the escape key. In my case, my computer has booted into the startup menu and I'm going to press F10 to access the BIOS setup. In the UEFI BIOS, turn on USB boot. You can enable or disable secure boot. Then change the boot order and set the USB drive as the first boot option and OS Boot Manager as the second option. Once it's done, save the changes. Now your system will boot into Linux Mint from the USB drive. If it fails to boot, use the boot menu to load Mint install media. Once your computer has booted into the Mint live session, go ahead and connect to the internet using Ethernet cable or Wi-Fi. Once it's done, Click on this icon to start installing Mint. Now go ahead and choose your system language and click Continue. Then select a keyboard layout and click Next. Now tick this option to install multimedia codecs. If you prefer to install Mint alongside Windows 11 on the same drive, choose the first option. Since we are installing Mint on a separate drive, select the Erase Disk option. Then choose the drive where you want to install Mint. Make sure you select the correct drive, otherwise all data on it will be erased. In my case, I'm selecting a 250 GB SSD. Now select your time zone, create a user account and click Continue. It will take a few minutes, so sit back and please be patient. Once it's done, shut down the system. And when you see this message, remove the USB drive and turn on your computer. Now by default, it will boot into Grub Boot Manager, from where you can choose to boot into Windows 11 or Linux Mint. If you don't see these options and your system boots into Windows 11, restart your computer and enter the BIOS. Then go to Boot Options and set the default OS Boot Manager to Ubuntu. Then save the changes. Now let's boot into Mint. Now once you're inside Linux Mint, it's time to do some post-installation steps. If the user interface elements looks very small, open System Settings, go to Font Selection and increase the scaling factor to 1.5. Next, from the Welcome screen, open Driver Manager and install the recommended drivers. Once it's done, close this window. Then open Terminal and run these two commands to update your system. Then type this command to modify the grub configuration file and change the default timer to 30 seconds. Once it's done, save the changes by pressing Ctrl+S and exit with Ctrl+X. Now type this command to update the grub configuration. Then reboot your computer. Now you can see the grub time limit has increased to 30 seconds. Now from here, you can boot into both Windows and Linux Mint very easily. And that's how you can install Linux Mint on any computer in just 10 minutes. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section down below. If you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe to see more content. Thank you so much for watching. This has been KSK Royal. I will see you in the next one.